Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I'm finally using the Paperie Ink little animals on the pool floaties, and we're going to make a card. So I love Paperie Ink, you guys know that, and they're about to have a new release, and it's gonna be sad that I can't get it because I want to know why. But one of the things that they're releasing is an underwater animal set, and it looks like the animals are either snorkeling or they're diving, and it looks so cute. So yeah, I will have that link down below. You guys can shop. I'm not shopping, but I'll live vicariously through you. So let's head over to my craft table and we'll try to, I haven't decided if this is going to be a shaker card or if it's just going to be a pool card. I don't know. I haven't decided. So let's head over to my craft table and see what I come up with. Okay friends, so I'm going to start by stamping as I normally do, and I'm just using Gina K ink and the Stamparatus to stamp all these cute critters. I ended up using both stamp sets. I will try to remember to link them down below, and yeah, you guys see me stamp every time, so I went ahead and sped through that. I'm also going to speed through this coloring. This coloring is sped up 800 times, so this is 800 times faster than how I normally color. But the reason why I did this is because just the coloring alone at the normal speed I share with you was 40 minutes. This took me a while to color, and that's what I normally do. I'll turn on some YouTube and I'll sit and I'll just color. And, you know, sometimes I'll talk on the phone. Sometimes, you know, I holler at Rob. Like, so I just sit down and under the camera and let the camera run. And that's why I love filming on a camcorder, because when you film on a DSLR, you're given like 27 minutes or something like that, and I can never be bothered to look up to make sure that I like the camera hasn't stopped. I mean, there's been some times where I've looked up and realized I haven't even hit the record button, which is infuriating. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through this coloring. I will have the colors listed at the end. I have them all written down on one sheet of paper, and I'll catch back up with you when we are ready to move on to the next step. I will put a timestamp here so you know where to fast forward if you're not interested in the coloring.
So this was actually the next day, and I'm going to be using the swimming pool stencil from My Favorite Things, and I'm using two card bases, basically 4¼ by 11, to do this. I wasn't sure how it would look, and I wasn't sure how many cards I wanted to make, etc. So I did two big frames, and I'm glad I did. So the secret to this stencil
is to turn it 90 degrees. So I am turning it to the left, like counterclockwise. Every time I move it, I turn it counterclockwise. And I ended up going around 3 times. Um, and when you do that, it looks more and more like a real pool, the reflection of a real pool when you're looking down. I will say that our pool needs to be resurfaced, so it's not quite this blue. I believe I was using blue broken china. You know what? I'll have to look again to make sure which one I was using. But I love the stencil. They still have it. I think if you're someone who likes to do water scenes or a pool scene, I think it's perfect. I think it's great. Yeah, for sure. So I am stamping, and I apologize that I'm a little bit off camera, but I just used my anti-static tool to take off the static on a piece of hot pink cardstock. This is actually Melamombo from Stampin' Up. I used the embossing buddy, then I stamped it with Versamark ink, and now I'm heating the white embossing powder. And then I'm going to bring in 2 sets of dies. I have the stitched slimline rectangles from Pink and Main, and then I just have their stitch rectangles as well. And I'm going to cut out both sentiments and then both waters. Now, if I had thought ahead, I wouldn't have cut them down to 8.5 by 3.5 until I'd already, I just used the die, but I didn't, and that's what happened. So yeah. So I am just placing my little animals around the sentiment, deciding on the layout. I am going to pop them up on the Scotch mounting foam. I wanted them popped up, but I didn't want them popped up very much. So I did that to the sentiment, and I'm doing that to the rest of the animals. So that was the first card, and this is the second card. I moved the sentiment down just a little bit and used animals that I hadn't used on the other card. I may have repeated one time. I lost a giraffe and I lost a monkey. So if the coloring looks different, I scanned this, pulled this into my Cameo, tried to cut it, and it cut off. But luckily I had scanned it and I was able to get them situated to cut out. So I printed and cut them out. So the color is a little bit different. The purple went blue, and the pink is not quite as vibrant as it was on paper. So I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this without investing in a brand new machine, because Rob would probably kill me if I bought a Brother Scan and Cut just because I don't need it anymore. So I'm using what I cut off of the other pulls to make another card. So I just cut them down to 4, and then I'm adding the rest of the animals that were good. That monkey got a little bit wrinkled when I tried to pull it off the mat, the Cameo mat. And then I'm going to stamp the Don't Worry, Be Happy on black cardstock. Again, I'm going to heat emboss it in white. That didn't happen on camera because I could barely see it. But yeah, so that's it. I love these little animals. I love how all 3 of these cards turned out. They will be available in my Etsy shop along with the dragon from Friday. Thank you to those who watched it. I'm not sure why, but that video didn't do very well. So if you guys have, if you have any criticism, please feel free to leave it in the comments. But anyway, that's it. Thank you again so much for joining me. Let me know which card is your favorite or which animal is your favorite, and I will see you Wednesday for another card. Bye for now.